TM55-203, Maintenance of a Railway Car, Chapter 9, Car Superstructure, Section 1, Passenger Cars. 901. A. Superstructure assembly. The car superstructure is generally defined in paragraph 39 as everything installed above the car floor. Passenger type car bodies are constructed in plate shields of steel, some other metal equivalent strength, maybe modern passengers aluminum superstructure, or bodies of the inner outer finish sheets are riveted, bolted, welded in steel skeleton framework, which is in turn secured to the car underframe. B. Heating and lighting and ventilation. Modern passenger cars equip more than the following systems: heating, lighting, pressure, gravity, water supply, air conditioning equipment for heating and lighting ventilation will be installed. Army-owned passenger cars only when specified by the procuring agency. Specifications of type cars. Railway Mall Service specifications for 1938 were used in a basic acceptance of specifications for cars which may be used in domestic trains over 600,000 pounds. The lightweight trucks are required to be locked in the car to the car body. A car structure required to the resistic static ended load of 800,000 pounds applied to the center line of the draft. Developing a permanent deformation in any member of the car structure, and meeting this requirement important that the vertical deflection keep the minimum normal vertical deflections of the car at approximately 60 feet foot distance between the truck and center ranges of 1.5 to 3/4 of an inch of the structure. Steel construction cars may be designed to resist horizontal load of 500,000 pounds applied to the buffer beam at the point of 12 inches of the center line of the draft. The buffer beam construction and anti-climbing arrangement of the coupler carrier arrangement are designed to resist vertical loads of 100,000 pounds. The requirements enable the coupled cars moving vertical with respect to each other as in to resist abnormal impact to the main vertical end members are required to have ultimately shear value of not less than 300,000 pounds at each of the point, even with the top underframe to which they are attached. 9.2 Guard cars. State entered gauge domestic service railway guard cars. Figure 2.8, somewhat similar to a caboose, is designed to transport Army security personnel with accompanying classified shipment over commercial railroads. With Canas is mounted on 2 or 4 wheel trucks that have coiling springs and suspension. 7 of these cars are equipped with rolling bearing trucks or type A2 quick service valves with the air brake system. Other 14 have been plain friction bearing type trucks that are not equipped for the A2A air valves. These cars are designed to the high-speed passenger services are 50 feet 6 inches long, 9.5 feet 1 inches wide inside, air and conditioned throughout. They are divided into 3 main sections. The front section contains a completely equipped kitchen and also a dining area, a lavatory with 1 wash basin, shower, and toilet. The center section contains 9 folding bunks arranged in tiers of their 3 wardrobe closets. The third section separated in a sleeping compartment and by a double sound reduction doors contained by a diesel engine driven generating set air conditioning unit, oil fired hot water heater, temperature control panel, miscellaneous electrical controlled instruments. This car is equipped with hydraulic draft gear train stem line for the heat and the AB11B air brake. Water tanks within total capacity of 400 gallons are suspended from the ceiling of the kitchen dining end of the car. Watering pressure is maintained in electrical motor driven shallows. Well jet pump. Detailed instruction for the operating and organizational maintenance of a guard car is contained in TM 552220-210-12. 893 Troop Kitchen Cars. A standard domestic Army service kitchen car resembles an outward appearance of the guard car illustrated in Figure 2.8. The complete kitchen unit is used in storing, preparing food for passengers on troop trains. These cars are equipped with 2 ranges for cooking, work table, utensil cabinets, 2 refrigerators, meat cutting table, 2 sets of sinks. Other interior equipment includes a hand-fired water heater and overheated water storage tanks, shower, dressing or room equipped with hot cold water, exhaust fans, ventilation blowers, exhaust heaters, cooking fumes. These cars are 50 feet and 6 inches long, inside mounted from the double drop equalizer swing baluster passenger side service type. The car steel four-wheel trucks equipped with 5.5 and 10-inch axles. These air brakes are coupling draft gears designed to the passenger service. To complete the details of the troop kitchen cars are contained in TM 55-21994 Army Medical Department cars. The standard ambulance trains operate in the prescribed tow and TD may be employed by the Army Medical Department of movement of the patients of zone interior of the theater operations. ZI ambulance of the maintained Surgeon General movement of the patients various debarkation points of armed forces hostile transfer patients between medical treatment facilities and the threat operations there are used to equivocate patients of the hospital holding units of the combat zone communication zones and between hospital communication zones and hospitals to aerial and on water ports and embarkation. The design of the standard ambulance have been designed for the easy rapid loading and unloading litter patients to maintain comfortable inside temperature through the car, often outside temperatures ranging 125 to minus 440 degrees Fahrenheit, unrestricted and interchangeable ambulance railway traffic throughout the United States, Canada, including underground tubes and network and tubes in New York City. 9.5 ambulance train. 10 ambulance trains of 9 cars, each of the authorized Surgeon General for the strategic locations of various places in Kaunas for emergency. All these are marked with the Red Cross roof, and at each of the end of the sides, these trains consist of the 6 ambulance units cars and 1 each baggage kitchen personnel cars. With briefly described periodic maintenance of these cars are performed in MACOM mobile shop teams or commercial railway shops using the routing procedures discussed in manual in the SB 7402220 or -97 EO2 ambulance unit car. Within the Kaunas ambulance are operated in commercial railroad system either singly or as a part of a train. As noted, the type of car mounted in 2 4-wheel trucks or coil spring suspension roller bearing journals of the car equipped with the tight lock couplers designed to the high-speed passenger service. All standard rated gauge railroads Kaunas are air conditioned throughout. The cars and 85 feet long are divided into 5 sections. The front enlisted men sections consisting of seating and sleeping accommodation, 6 members of medical staff operating crew. The rear section contains compartment for the doctor, 1 for the nurse, 2 separate for the total compartments, a shower, a sterilizer room, a closet space, an electrical closet, a water cooler. The third ward section contains a sleeping accommodations for 27 passengers or 27 patients, storage closets for the bedding, food, serving equipment. Section 4 is the receiving room and 2 large loading doors and to handle litters and large utility sink, a desk, and locker. Their space. A 5th section, a complete electric and kitchen at the rear of the car, 2 diesel electrical power plants furnishing power operational car electrical equipment within when the train line power is not available. A steady receptacle is located on each side of the car's yard connection with commercial power. 4 water tanks coupled to the air brake steam heat system furnishing wash water for the toilets, showers, kitchen water tanks, and etc. See the ambulance personal car. The car is converted from the Pullman sleepers containing the 10 roommates. 5 bedrooms are used in ambulatory patients, medical attendants, and 84 feet long, by 6 inches long, 10 feet by 6 inches wide, completely air conditioned with the electrical power of the unit axle driven generator by the AC standard by power when parked and heating in the steam lines. The locker space package lining coupler car supplies with the roof and frame tanks of the water storage. D. The ambulance baggage car. There are conveniently typed baggage 51 feet 1/4 of an inch long, equipped for 2 4-wheel trucks and rolling bear coil springs, and they are used for transportation baggage supplies incident of the movement patients between the cars of the Kaunas. So these cars are road numbers are 89612, 89623, 89625, 89634, 89640, 89637, 89644, 89657, 89661, 89670, stenciled on each side of the end of the doors. Ambulance cars and the car mounted the standard passenger type of the rolling bearings. 4-wheel trucks are divided into 3 sections: of dining area, seating 16 people, kitchen, work area, center storage area. The opposite end, air conditioner equipped with electrical grid lines, steam jet coolers, coffee makers, a height and an eighth of a unit electrical range. Dishwasher, hot food table, ice meter, etc. Heat and electricity are provided in train line connections, and the 188-gallon hot water tank of the roof supplies sink, dishwasher, cool water stored in 3 tanks under the car, and the total capacity of 651 gallons of the storage area contains a 272.1 cubic foot refrigerator, 72.1 cubic foot freezer cabinet of the storage of the food. These cars are road numbers of 89 600, 89 603, 89 606, 89 614, 89 635, 89 641, 89 642, 89 643, 89 667, 89 668, and 1896801. 80. Stenciled on each side of the exterior, each end of the door, maintenance detail, maintenance instructions of the cars, the ambulance trains contained in the SB 740-222097EO2. These cars are standby inspected weekly visual and monthly technical basis. The ambulance train cars and reserve storage can pass storage status and inspect monthly visual and semi-annual technical. The frequency will be increased evidence deterioration detected. All systems complete. Ambulance train will be given in operational conjunction with monthly technical inspections, including the moving cars, exercising two brake application checking appliance system, etc. 96. Ambulance trains in theaters operation. Normally, standard ambulance train is in theater operation consists of 6 ambulance cars, 2 ambulance and personal cars, and 1 ambulance kitchen diner. The grouping is not considered a fixed requirement, nor is intended to limit the Army Medical Department of 9-car trains. The trains may be regrouped in accordance with the mainline capabilities of the theater. Patient equivation load may dictate. The number of cars the ambulance train may vary depending on available locomotive power, number of the type of patients being transported, and the size of medical staff. The general coverage of the face of each type of shown is all oversee ambulance of the car, so they have the same overall dimension. 1 ambulance car, the same heating, lighting, and air conditioning facilities patterned after those of the domestic ambulance unit car TM552020. Ward section berth accommodation of 30-liter patients. 6 sections of 2 Terrier highs, 6 sections of 2 Harrier high, 3 Terriers high. Low berths could be converted into set 4. Up berths are hinged to the foot and ceiling. In the receiving room is located a platform. The sliding door is provided by the receiving patients. The car has the medical communication administration facilities to the kitchen door. The steam heating engine are the same as the ambulance car TM52020. There is no air conditioning, and the car is ventilated by a blower. The kitchen facilities are prescribed in the Surgeon General include refrigerator, steam tables, and urns, and etc. prepared complete meals. Personnel cars, heating, lighting facilities, and are the same in the kitchen and diner. There are no air conditioning in the car that is ventilated by a blower. The car is personal sleeping quarters, dressing, toilet facilities as follows: the officer personnel stateroom, the 2 berths, and nursing personnel stateroom of 2 berths high, and enlisted personnel stateroom 2 berths higher. 97. General maintenance, transportation, railway service, and theater operations will have little passenger equipment to maintain. Equipment will usually limited to ambulance, hospital trains, some cars, some few passenger type cars are official travel higher the headquarters. Passenger service or forward areas with limited in movement of troops and current type of equipment, and any passenger service operated communication zone of the local native population with the civil railway authorities, Army owned passenger equipment, and connos located on other military equipment as is having railway repair facilities will be repaired in commercial railway on a contract basis. Repairs of Army-owned passenger superstructure are usually limited to the bodies, roof, floors, and etc. required to keep the equipment serviceable and safe for the movement and personnel. 9.8 repair schedules. Except for the case of accidents, passenger superstructure require for extensive repairs for the first year service. Is normal railway practices establishing shopping cycles ranging 17 to 24 months based on the type of service that the car is issued, to the length of the runs, etc., and the condition of the wheels, trucks, and draft gears are the determining factors of shopping cars for repairs. Procedures. All superstructures which cannot be repaired for the place removed window of easel strip and back cushioning, etc., taken out of the sent there, particular the repairs, renovation, sashes, doors, stripe down hour, hardware repair parts, and each part properly tagged and correct merit replacement. Other room repaired and luggage racks, other items removed or luggage racks, mirrors, piping coverage, toilet fixtures, screens, ventilations, any special installed equipment, renewal slide sheets, damaged, corroded sheets should be renewed, new sheets be installed, riveting on the use of machine screws. After the finished sheets have been removed, the rivets holding on old side sheets may be cut. It is usually necessary to remove a few rivets and adjacent sheets, release the old sheet. A template should be made so that the new sheet can be made and drilled accurately. A drift hole slightly smaller than the required ream than the size of the new sheet temporarily bolted in place, and enough bolts should be placed in to hold the section of sheet firmly, while the other holes will be reamed and riveted. The machine should be used and only in temporary parts of riveting facilities are available for the riveting. Rivet cannot be used in rare repairs and to gain the access underside of the car roof and the interior ceiling. Finish must be removed. The roof patches must be formed. The contours of the roof carefully fitted before the patch installed. The underside of the patch should be coated with waterproofing compound. Machine screws taped to the existing roof generally used to secure the patch. Small defects may be repaired to the soldering and welding repairs inside of the cars, renewal repair of the inside finished passenger type cars, usually fairly simple, is arranged in small sections of the sheets to ensure accurate fits. The care must be renewing a piece of holes primarily aligned to the section may be buckled and installed in the sheets and spliced and using a patient batten reinforcement strip behind the butt joint. These battens should be drilled and tapped in sheets and secured in battens, sunk head machine screws. These empty holes resulting in relocation of removable equipment should be filled with solder, scraped level with the surface floors. The composition of cement is usually universal, used in passenger car floors. The cracks occur and necessary to remove the section of the floor to make underframe repairs. The floor must be patch repaired. The material is mixed with proper consistency applied to the section repaired level in the old floor. The brass alias strip aisles through the section of the floor being patched. The strip should be embedded with the cement when the patch is made. Section 2, the boxcars. 9 general. Not all wood boxcars are now in service in Congress. However, the boxcars are steel underframes or composite wood steel superstructure is still used, and all steel cars are a rarity in most foreign countries. Most overseas box cars are constructed with wood, composite wood steel superstructure. The boxer components of the overseas of the having wood and superstructure steel underframes. Consequently, manual largely type of boxcars, TRS car repairs of the 3-door operations would be most likely to be concerned with 910 overseas fleet. An estimated 30 to 45% of the 40-ton knockdown Army overseas fleet is boxcars. 40-ton fleet of the contained boxcars, gondola, and basic flat car superstructure of boxcars is designed to provide rigidly the side truss frames carrying the applicable amount of total landing. This concept justifies the light framing of the boxcar superstructure wood inside lining without usual outside sheeting used in commercial equipment. On the railways of the United States, field erection is expedited by the fact that the side of the end sills of the flat car is fabricated, punched, and drilled in separate components of the boxcar. Engine frame components of similar type of overseas interchangeable TM 5522220-201-35 maintenance procedure discuss subsequent paragraphs of the generally applicable boxcar components of the overseas knockdown fleet. 911 composite wood steel boxcars. Composite cars must be various depending on what parts of the steel, what parts of wood. Most common types of composite wood steel boxcars has been steel ended in the side of the corner posts and steel ended the wood sills, doors, and wood of the metal roof. Steel stripes and may be in many cases strengthened side doors and ended the posts of the similar parts of strips and secured the wood screws to the respective requiring strips. The strips of angle iron, such as reinforcement members of the wooden substructures, illustrate one of the manner which was done. The composite wood steel ended because of the shifting landing of particular machinery. Heavy equipment ended the boxcars are usually part of the superstructure bearing the great strain. For this reason, the end of the maintained properly so that none of the minimum original strength is lost when the composite ends are damaged beyond the repair, they should be replaced, and steel ends where possible will repair steel components discussed in paragraph 913. Maintenance of a wooden superstructure, the door and side post. The door and side post breaks and server breaks or is severely damaged because of excessive pressure or shocks adjoining the bracing rod must be loosened and strengthened and removed to each side of the post, and thereby jacking the side plate, and the post can be freed on the top, and it will be pried away from the rail, securing the lining. The new post will then be installed by jack when in the jack removed, securing the lining of the new post, replacing the sheathing. Lastly, the sheathing board cannot be replaced individually without damage to the tongue and the groove. Inserting the three boards and simultaneously fit them together, spring them into place, prevent the retarded ended decay and rot in new and points of the dip point and the wooden preservative before installation, painting and metal post pockets. They also prevent a decal of the wooding rust of the metal. Side braces to replace the broken side of the brace. Carefully pry loose of all boards shifting attached to the remove the broken brace for a set adjoining post and in proper position. Install the secure new braces. C. The side plate. Broken side plates are rare and most common defects is decay. The most practical repair is to cut out the decayed, damaged part of the replaced new piece, splice end of the inside of the plate of the remaining of the car. The roof must be disconnected, raise the splice when it is being made. The ends of the bolted side plate, the decayed, damaged, and such was the whole side of the plate must be renewed, and nails of the side sheeting of the bus should be driven out through the air after the side plates have been removed. The removes of the nuts and bodies and the rods at the top of the being lifted on the new one of the set in place jacks of the jacking brace may be used along with 3 by 5 inch lines when jacks and the roof supported in the raised line position adequately until the new side plate is in. D. The car lines damage. The car lines, the rafters of the cars can be often repaired, and renewing the damage of the center portion of the car line may be cut out of the angle near the end of the new beam, cut into fit in the portion remaining in the place, and can be spliced into these ends of the bolted. These cars is too badly damaged to be repaired in its way. It must be removed and a new one installed. The damaged car line is disconnected the side plates and purlins. Roof boards. Damaged roof boards must be removed and replaced. Removing the damaged boards and careful inspection damage to the inner lining of the double sheathed roof. The repair should be repair such damage before pulling the new roof boards in place. Minor leaks and light damage can be repaired and use little sheet metal patches over the affected area. Defeat in wooden boxcars roofs construction are shown in figure 9.2. Running board saddles. Running board are on the top of the box. No longer the paragraph 914 will are used and maintained in safe condition of the AAR standards. As guided nails must be used in running boards, and screws must become loose. If screws become loose, they should be removed and holes plugged, and new screws should be applied to the location secured down and tight. The running board saddles become decayed and split, they will be replaced. Sheathing. When sheathing and damage and shifting, loading, and other accidents, it should be properly replaced. Damage or the portion removed, and as to the damaged portion of the process, new boarding of good quality with large loose knots and sheathing boarding are wider one end of the other care exercised to keep the boards plumb with nailing place. The board should be lightly nailed narrow ended to the first, and the other end of the car can be plumbed in position and nailed down. Pried to plumb in position and nailed down. The groove of the last board should be broken off in the order inserted into the board. The last 3-4 boards should be fit together in the form of an arc. They can sprung into position, nailed down. Nails should be driven into the tongues of the boards and the split and the causing of the leaks and prevent the boards from fitting. It also prevents the boards from fitting together. And flooring. Damaged floorboards should be removed, replaced from the new boards. If one of the two boards are removed, we'll split one from them in a short pointed bar, preventing damage adjoining the tongues, grooves. In any case of damaged floorboards are removed, under structure should be carefully examined, and for any further damage to the bottom boards and interlining must be removed to allow the removal of floorboards, replacing them and applying a new boards moving may cover the project riveting bolt rivet heads, placing the board positioned tightly into the impression of the obstruction cuts of the board large enough for the bolt rivet head to secure board in position. The lining may damage the old boards can be provided. Loosely new lines fixed and any large numbers must be replaced and being removed in the rail work and down and up, and in the case may be the replace new boards of the belt rail should be secured to the board work downward and upward from it. That prevents having the last board positioned next to the belt rail. The end plate. To replace the end plate, it is necessary to detach the end of the running board and free its end of the attached points to the end of the can be raised in sufficient height to allow the work be done. The tie rods to cover the sheets, at least the corners, must be removed. The parts of the other end of the roof must be removed from the free of damaged end plate, and all allowed room to each new one of the new plate and installation. All disconnected removed parts should be replaced in reverse order so that they are removed. The wood doors. To be supported, wood doors frequently bind in the bottom of the door guides. This is caused by the hanger bolt and allow the doors to drop down. The hangers should be removed and holes plugged. Bore new holes affixed to the hangers and new bolts. Pilferages and sealed cars can be discouraged, ensuring the bolts are used in the secure the door guides, door stops, door tracks, door high hasps, and fasten carriage heads to the outside of the cars, and making repairs and replacements of the door parts, bolts, exactly to the right size should be and securely riveted over. This is a cutout away of the wooden box roof that you found your running board saddles, your running board, your roof boards, and your sheathing, your ridge panels, your purlins, your car lines, your subroof metal lining, and your roof molding. When the rubber strip is applied behind the door of the sheathing, all the wood screws should be tightened so that the heads are flush with the strip. 913. The maintenance of the steel component composites. Generally, in many instances, wood steel composite cars are originally wooden cars in which wooden parts have been replaced in steel parts. Many of the composite cars have end roofs, but still retain wooden sides. Discussion concerned with practical measures on the maintenance and repair of the steel components. Bent steel ends of the steel end composite usually straightened out without removing the car, so the straight end of the outward of the damaged car is coupled to another car, and bent end facing of the other car providing a jack basing. The coupling of the pair to the trestle should be placed between the cars on each side of the opening, and a plank should be placed between the trestles. A heavy jack and wide plank against the gud car as the base inserted the base jack against the wide plank on the other end of the jack against the apex of the high point of the bend in the damaged car. By operating the jack, it will bend and force back into the position. It becomes necessary to remove the jack from the point-to-point. Couplers should be blocked before the jack is removed in the first operation by placing a block between the couplers, striking casting of each other, slackening between the cars, remaining in the same other jacking ring operations, making it easier ends to be as bent necessary to remove several landing boards to provide bearing surface at the end of post and timber place crosswise in the car. The jacking procedure same except for the work will be done outside of damage and the car not be coupled in if bend is too severe. To be deep and short is lower than too great an area. Too deep and short or lower too great an area. The piece should be removed in the new end of the installed. Bent steel sides. The steel sides are bent inward, outward, and straightened following the basic procedure outlined in the bent ends. The jack and block woods required as well as convenient means of providing base of the jack. The steel roofs are painted at first of evidence of preventive maintenance measures of the bent sheets of roof cap should be removed and straightened without heating. If too badly bent, they should be replaced with new parts and rusted through. The point offer of the replaced joints should be drawn on tight to prevent leaks before installing new rivets. Steel doors, ported doors will be inspected, ensured, and top track hangers are securely in position with project car parts. Interfere the opening closing of the car. The top track must be leveled. Unleveled track is found. It should be repaired improperly to prevent the further damage of the door to the car. Badly bent damage of the tracks must be replaced. 914. All steel cars are generally the repair and riveted all steel and welded all steel cars will be very similar except for the removal or replacement of the parts. Former cases, rivets are removed of each defective parts. In later cases, the defective portion will have the burned out or the new piece of attachment. In the same manner, the parts removed, the bent sheets and side plates, the bent end and side sheets are usually straightened out with removal of the car. Procedures discussed in paragraph 913 and B and C. And the side plates damaged in only in limited area and affected disconnected with the parts attached with the to end and then cut out. And similar sizes of the side plates cut can be spliced into place. Rust spots and small holes may be repaired by welding and steel patch over the affected area. Door flooring and sheathing. The flooring and sheathing inside of the lining using the box cars is mostly identical, and so that using old wood cars and maintenance of wood superstructures discussed in paragraph 912, the steel doors in paragraph 913. The running boards, the installation of boxcar running and safety measures in new built boxcars are no longer required. However, such running boards are older and maintained in serviceable condition. Fastening running boards should be inspected regularly. Any loose rivets replaced. Preventive maintenance, including painting at regular intervals and preventing rust. Section 3. Refrigerator cars.